Hi, this is Stu Miller, and welcome to our studio. And today we're going to talk about our debut album, Robots and Romans, on Ram Records.
This is Robots and Romans.
Yeah, so the concept, what we had quite a clear vision of what we wanted to do from the start, didn't we? And we like a lot of drum and bass, and we have a lot of influences outside of drum and bass. We don't come from a drum and bass background, and we want to try and capture that into one album. And it was really important for us to create a story in the album, and that's the reason why we made the album one kind of connecting tune. If you listen to the start from the finish, there'll be no stops in the tune.
No. And also because within drum and bass we've done a lot of different styles, and to make that work on an album you really gotta make it flow from start to finish.
Yeah.
So that's also really important in the whole concept of the album.
The name Robots and Romans basically came about halfway through the project. We had the concept in mind about what we wanted to do, and halfway in between we came up with this name, Robots and Romans. We really thought it reflected what we wanted to do.
Yeah, and because of our background playing in bands and playing actual instruments, that sort of covered the side of the old school Roman side.
Yeah.
Combined with how we produce music now.
Yeah.
Technical side.
Yeah. So basically we're just like grabbing like influences from our past, weren't we? So basically we had all this inspiration from the old music we used to make and old music we used to listen to, and we just kind of were grabbing it into an electronic world and presenting it that way into the format we wanted.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's why we came up with the name Robots and Romans.
There is only your soul. Wish I first by the finger.
So we did a couple of collabs on the album, and collabs is always like really fun to do. And one we did with Mind Map was especially fun. It's quite old, but it's one of my favorites on the album. And I remember we were sitting in a room and we just wanted to do something different. So we turned off all the lights and we got into like all weird kind of sounds, and we didn't want to use any drums for our drum track. So we started grabbing these drops of water and making beats out of it. And it was just great fun to do.
So we finished the track, and then we kind of felt it needed something a little bit extra. So we reached out to Tiu in St. Petersburg, and she did this absolutely amazing vocal, which we kind of fell in love with. I'm just getting goosebumps thinking about it. And she did this absolutely amazing vocal, which we absolutely loved, and she absolutely smashed it. So it was...
Yeah, that was really making the track.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely love that. Big up to you.
The world was ruled by cast iron laws. Every home had its house spirit, and every church had its god.
So we kind of found this guy called Jim who does all like the kind of Hollywood voices, and it was hilarious because
one man, one mission.
Yeah, it was so funny. And he said, "Oh, can you guys give us a call and we'll chat about it?" So we were like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So called to, I think he's based in LA. We called to LA, and immediately he picked up the phone. We just couldn't stop laughing. "Hi, Stu Miller guys, how are you?" in that typical cinematic voice. And seriously, we were sitting there just laughing our heads off, like about this guy, and his just natural deep voice. And he did this really cool intro for us, and actually the voice actually hits at 50 hertz, the deepest part of the voice.
We could resample that and make a big bass line.
Yeah, so that was really funny to do.
So for the artwork we were looking for something that would fit the album title, and also something that wasn't really drum and bass and wasn't really too alienated from drum and bass. So we have this friend Andreas who's doing like really beautiful dark kind of stuff, and he really pulled it off with not too literal, not too obvious, not robots and Romans, but still captured that same kind of organic and modern feeling.
Exactly. Also, which was really important for us, was it was just one picture as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't completely full. The front cover wasn't completely full with logos and stuff. We wanted to have it kind of quite simple, but in a complicated way. If that makes sense. So working with Ram Records was actually such a great experience for us. It's always a bit daunting for an artist when you when you kind of start working with a label. And I think, talking openly, we were also like, okay, what do we have to do here? Do we have to conform to a certain style or something? But it was so refreshing. They gave us complete freedom to do what we want.
The way we wrote it and the way we've planned everything out from start to finish is kind of exactly how it turned out.
Exactly.
And it was great to see that Ram really liked it and was totally backing us on the whole project.